Winchester Planning and Zoning Commission meeting January 12th, 2026. We'll start with the call. We'll start with what?
Jan Perry?
Scott Eisenlohr.
Peter Marchand.
Willie Pop.
Adam Waterroli.
Kristen Walker.
Okay. Well,
Everyone's good. You want to do that over?
Mine was already on.
Okay.
so in absence of John, oh, here he comes.
Everybody relax, I'm here.
Got a seat for Charlene. Oh, she's an alternate, yeah.
So we're all
Yeah,
set.
Yep, we're all set then.
Wow, full house.
So
Almost.
John Cooney came in a little bit late, but he's here. All right, agenda review. Anybody have anything? Okay. Next
We did just leave a little bit of information on your desk, sorry, having to do with Mountain Top's last few renewals.
Okay.
So that's there, but that's all I have to offer.
All right, so we have number 3 on the list is election of officers, which we have to do every year. So we'll start with the chairman.
I'll make a motion to elect Will Platt chairman.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And next one will be vice chairman. So make a motion to elect Peter Marchand as vice chairman.
I'll make that one.
Yep.
All in favor? Okay, then secretary.
Sorry, who seconded?
John.
I think I do.
John did.
That's what I wrote down.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, then secretary. You want to do it again, John?
Sure.
Okay. I make a motion to elect John Cooney secretary.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, so we don't have to play musical chairs. Public comment. Anybody have anything to say other than what they're here for?
Elections would have worked way better than our country's elections.
We tried to.
Efficient.
Okay, so no public comment. We don't have any old business. So the new business would be PZ 25-23, applicant Wesley Clow, location 179 Colebrook River Road, proposal excavation renewal permit, special permit PI zone. And,
I can make a motion if you want.
all right, go ahead.
Make a motion to hold a public hearing for PZ, accept the application and hold a public hearing for PZC 25-23 Wesley Cloud, 179 Colebrook River Road, excavation renewal special permit. The public hearing will be held February 9th, 2026.
I'll second it. Oh,
Discussion though, it says is property within 500 feet of town line. Yes, it is. Does that make any other complications?
Yeah, we have to do a referral to Colebrook.
Okay. Does that take any extra time before it's set a date?
No, we're all set.
Okay.
Yeah, that was what you had recommended on your sheet,
Yeah.
so.
okay, seconded it. All in favor?
Yeah.
Okay. You're all set till next time.
Well, it's nice seeing you. I'll see you in February.
But I will.
And the next one is PZ-25-25, applicant George Nejame, location 25 Center Street, proposal special permit application, convert existing mixed-use building to a multifamily town center zone.
I'll second that.
Well, any discussion?
You want to set the public hearing date?
Set a public hearing date of January.
No, February 9th. Should
February
be.
9th?
That's what it should be. Yep.
Okay, February 9th.
I seconded it. Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. See you in the next meeting.
Thank you. Do I have to do anything until the next meeting?
Not now, next meeting,
February 9th. please.
February
Well,
9th.
you'll have to do email letters and stuff, right?
Yeah,
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 so they'll-
the office will be in touch.
They'll be in touch,
Oh, okay.
but you don't have to do anything.
Thank you.
Get a hold of them soon, because you have a time limit on the notifications, right? 15?
Yeah, Shane will take care of it.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, February 9th to be here before we know.
I know, it's going fast. Okay, those.
Okay, now we'll move on to other business, discussion of regulation updates.
Okay, so we've got a public hearing coming up on the 26th, I guess it is, yeah, for a number of items that we've discussed in the past.
So made some changes to those documents, they're all available online, but I don't want to get into editing any of that stuff until we get the public hearing open. So we're gonna let that lay where it is for now. We've submitted the application, we've done the referrals that we need to do, and so we'll open that at the end of the month. In the staff report, oh, go ahead.
New markups are online?
Yeah, they're online, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I will send them out to you before the next meeting, but they are in the application on OpenGov. So there's a couple of things. There's zoning regulation updates, that's the bulk of it, and then there's subdivision regulation updates, and I worked with Peter and Chief John Field just to update that language, the subdivision regarding cisterns, fire cisterns, and some other things. We incorporated some additional language that the chief has suggested that I think was set up to be a part of an ordinance, but we're not going down the ordinance path, so we incorporate some of that language into the subdivision regulations. So that's up there as well. You've seen that language, it was just set up a little bit differently than it is currently, the last time you saw it, maybe a month or so ago.
Chief Field said he'd be glad to come to a public hearing, so in case anybody has any questions, so
Sure.
I'll let him know. That's the
Okay.
26th, right?
Yep, that's 26, yep, okay. Couple of things that we talked about a while ago, I think it was before the holidays. They were sort of larger pieces that I think Willie had brought up and some other folks had brought up some thoughts that I just kind of want to have a general discussion on tonight. Floodplain regulations, I think we all sort of agreed that we needed to go down that path, update those regulations. I'll work with the town manager to get them out of the ordinance, or have the ordinance reflect the zoning regulations, or refer to the zoning regulations rather. And then I'll get you draft language at the beginning of February. Any concerns with that from anybody? I think it's pretty straightforward. It's FEMA language. We usually will just take the Connecticut State model regulations and customize them to Winchester, and we'll go from there.
So now, when's the state gonna update them again? Is there any time?
I don't know. The last time they updated, I think, was like 2018. I haven't heard anything that they're working on any updates, not that I'm aware of.
So if we update it, is there a way to update it to the state regulations without having to update it again next time they change?
Can you put language as amended by the state?
It's
Some
so
language we can do that
specific.
reflects-
I think we probably are gonna just be forced to update it the next time the state updates, which really is not a big deal. But because we're incorporating the language, it's not like a public act where we say, okay, well, refer to a public act and then just say as amended. We're actually taking the language and incorporating it into the regulations. So if that language changes from the state guidance, we'll have to just go in and tinker the language.
Okay.
I think it's a process. Obviously, we've got to go through it, but I don't think it's too big of a lift for us. That's my opinion. The second thing that I wanted to just touch base on or come back around to was this idea of residential compounds or family compounds. I don't know if anybody I had given you a bunch of language from towns up in Massachusetts to review. I don't know if anybody's had a chance to take a look at any of that. That was back in November. I think I sent those out to you all.
I didn't have a chance.
Any
I
thoughts?
didn't.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to look at them, but I'm pulled up HB 8002.
Yeah, that's my next topic.
Well, so there's that. But I'm wondering, and I'm just trying, I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't a TOC. It was, where towns can set aside part of, like, set a district for higher density development.
The parking thing.
Nope,
Is that what no?
nope. Anyway, it seems like instead of a residential compound, if we're gonna go through that work of what the density is, it might make sense to look at that. And, you would think how many times I've read this bill, I would know the language.
You're an expert now, right?
Not even close.
Better than we are.
But maybe when I find it, instead of sitting here now, I'll send it to you, some thoughts to you, and you get your, an approved priority housing development zone. Now, we don't necessarily have to go as far as getting it approved, if we don't want to. But there is some guidance in here on what a priority housing development zone might be.
Yep.
And if we're looking for this kind of residential compound, I know it's different, but it might be able to fit both needs.
Yep. Okay. take a look at that. I can send out in an email the links to all of those other regulations too, just for you all to kind of peruse. There's a bunch of towns up in Massachusetts that I pulled from specifically on the Berkshire side here, not too far, that I think hit the mark that you were, that
Okay.
you were thinking of.
Thank
So
you.
I'll find those. They're in a document somewhere. I'll just send those out to the commission again. So I guess what we'll do is take a look at those, we'll come back around to this topic, I'll look through 8002 with regard to that piece of it, and maybe we'll have this conversation. We have a bunch of public hearings in 2 weeks, so maybe the first meeting in February, we'll talk about floodplain regulations, and we'll come back around to this compound conversation, if that makes sense. Good. And then changes with regard to 8002, we are going to a summit, I guess, for lack of a better term, next week. Down in Cromwell that I think the COGS are involved with, and CCAPA and a whole bunch of other folks, and Scott's probably there too. I mean, we're all sort of, everybody I think will be there. And the idea is for us to get a better understanding of what some of the language in there, how we should be interpreting it. So once we have a chance to go through that session next week, we'll go through the regulations and we'll come back to you in the beginning of February with some ideas as to how we can make sure that we're in compliance with that law. I think by and large, we're in good shape. I think our zones, for the most part, are aligned with what the state is doing. The commercial conversion stuff that's in there, we're already talking about that. We're kind of ahead of the game with going to a site plan for mixed use in our town center zones. We might have to make some other tweaks based on that, but we'll report out to you in early February. And there's sort of two waves to that legislation. There's some of it that we have to comply with by July 1st, and then there's more of it that we have to comply with by January 1st of 27, I think. So we'll focus on the July stuff first, and then we can take a deeper dive later in the year and look at the January stuff.
Yeah, and I can just add, so you were talking about the COGS, so there's 9 COGS in the state. Altogether, we're collectively known as Connecticut COG. So all of the planners within each COG we've been working to kind of create a summary of what this bill says, which is what's the basis of the APA event on the 22nd. But in addition to that, we've come up with thematic summaries, and basically that there's 4 themes. There's the housing growth plans, there's the zoning changes, there's the the commissions. Fair housing commissions, and then like a miscellaneous one that just has like all the other random stuff that's in there. So that won't be out by the January 22nd. It's pretty much done, but it's just, there's a lot of people working on it, so it's not really edited correctly. But by middle February, that will be out too, and I think that will be,
It'll be another session or just?
I don't know what they're gonna do, but we'll have that out, and that's gonna list all the zoning regulations and changes and everything that needs to be made. That'll be much more specific than the summary that's coming out on the 22nd. So that should be helpful, hopefully.
So more to come on that, basically, is where we are. It's a big bill. I think it's 101 pages at the end of the day. It's got, 30 some odd sections to it, so it's.
And they don't follow each other.
No, they don't, right. It's an aircraft carrier of a bill, so it just.
Yeah.
So more to come on that. Those are the 3 things that I wanted to touch base with in terms of the regulations. I don't know if anybody else has any other thoughts that any other tweaks we want to make while we're doing this. And if you come up with something in the next couple of weeks, let us know. I guess the other thing that I'll mention is that there was, I don't know what we want to call it, the water super group, I guess, or stormwater.
I don't have a better name yet, so.
So we had a large meeting back in December. Willie was there. Inland Wetlands was represented. Highland Lake Watershed was represented. We had Public Works. We had Parks and Rec. We had the police chief. Kind of everybody that's,
Conservation Commission.
Conservation Commission. Rista, were you there too? Yeah, you were there. Kind of everybody that has anything to do with certainly Highland Lake, but really sort of watershed stuff in general. we started to get this group together because we know that there's a focus on water quality health. Highland Lake, of course, being the focus, but we really want to look at all of the water bodies in town. And so what that group is going to be doing over the course of the next bunch of months, and I don't know, have a time frame yet, but is really looking at the zoning regulations, the wetlands regulations with regard to the upland review area. And I think ultimately we'll come to the Planning and Zoning Commission with recommendations to possibly the LID reg, the stormwater guidelines that are in your regulations, and maybe some changes to the Highland Lake District to better protect the water quality of the lake and make some of those things a little bit more workable and a little bit more up to date. So very preliminary stuff. I mean, we're sort of at the point where Jeff and I are gonna sit down with our notes from that meeting, come up with what we think those priorities are that came out of that group. We're gonna meet with them when, against end of February, right?
Yeah,
Or
it's
middle of February,
February something.
something like that. And then we'll start to really come up with a list of recommendations. You know, having Willie there and having the Wetlands Commission there was kind of key to this whole thing.
I had read an article online about the state of Connecticut coming up with a super group like they did for this housing bill on riparian rights and the possibility of extending them and rewriting all of the wetlands laws. Have you guys seen anything about that?
I read the article you're probably referencing.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like they knew exactly what they were gonna do yet, but there might be some state level oversight rather than, again, 169 people saying, well, what do you guys think?
Yeah,
So, good and bad.
so I know like Massachusetts has that, and they've set their setback at 200 feet. So if anything like that happens down here, that's gonna be quite the change.
Well, is
But
it a 200-foot just regulated area, or is it a buffer, like a no-build, just regulated?
if you wanna cut a tree down within 200 feet of the wetlands, you have to get a permit to do it.
Yeah, a lot of New England states are, I mean, New Hampshire has legislation like that, I think Maine does too, so we're,
40 feet right now?
Yeah.
our upland review in town here, it's 100 from the lakes and streams and 75 from wetlands. And it's just a regulated area, it's not a no-build zone, it's a regulated area, so it goes to the wetland commission or to the agent. Anyway, so, you know, again, more to come on that. I'm sorry I don't have a lot of details right now. We're in the beginning stages of a few things here, so we'll keep you updated.
Okay. I probably should have brought this up before, but the George Needham one, it doesn't say whether he's going to 4 families or what.
We don't know. I asked that question of him through the portal, and I don't have the number yet.
So is he gonna get rid of the all commercial?
Yes.
So that would be 4 family then, probably.
Right.
All right.
I think that's right. I did ask the question of how many units, so we're waiting
And
for a
does that need
response
a
on
fire marshal inspection then?
that. It will. Has he already
Yeah,
been over
it's
there?
right
He's aware.
needs fire marshal.
Yeah.
Jamie's met with him, been through the building, as has Keith. When we first did that, it was still contemplating to keep a commercial side on the first floor, so things have changed slightly, but they're both in the loop over there.
Okay. Anything else under
So
other
is
business?
he converting the first floor to residential?
Yeah, he's going fully residential.
Anything else? No, okay. Communication. Oh, no, other business. We have approval of minutes. I move to approve the December 9th, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Any discussion?
December 8th.
December 8th.
It says December 9th here.
No, meeting, so
December 8th.
the minutes date say the 8th, which is right, 9th or 8th?
That's the 8th. That's my error.
All right.
It's the 8th.
What's that?
December 8th minutes.
8th, yep, it's the 8th.
December 8th,
Yep.
2025 regular meeting minutes. We have a second?
I did, I second it, yep.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, communications. Do you have any communications? Anybody have anything? No. Oh, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Who second?
John?
John?
All in favor?
20 minutes?
20 minutes.
That's a record.
We'll be here a lot longer in 2 weeks, so. It's vacation tonight.
And the one after that will be too,
Yeah.
February 9th.
The next two won't be 20 minutes.
Next
No.
couple.
You're all invited to